Alright, how you going? Yeah, I'm still taking videos. We're doing it here. They're back here at Trout Street, as we were yesterday. Drilled the holes today. We're cleaning them out and busting them open. Let's see if we can... It's no longer round. We busted that open. There's a big timber post going in that one. But we've got a few. I've busted this one open. Boys have been cleaning holes all day. We've got a few over there. I've marked them with the blue paint to show where they've got to be busted so we can fit the posts. But we're into the getting the posts in. You can see where I've got the paint there. As always, we paint them up. I want to make sure they're protected. Go through. There's 40, what the guys call 49 posts I'll be going in. All up. Long ones, short ones and timber ones. That's where we're at. We've got some timber posts at the back here for a deck. And the boys are cleaned, fully taken out about 3 metres of gravel out of the holes so far today. So they got them clean, ready for inspection. We've got inspection with Peter from Crichton Engineering coming out tomorrow morning to inspect the holes. Always get independent inspection. It just makes it easier. Alright, some of these we see there's 1500 plus deep. This one here is nearly 2 metres. Yeah, that one there. He's a little over 2 metres deep there. As we went down to try and get some rock, I want to make sure that because we've got hard rock up the other end here, we want to make sure that we have the same consistency in soil capacity right the way through the job, so we don't have any problem with shrinkage or sinkage or anything happening, because the whole house is sitting on rock. It can't move. And as you see, the holes are all, you know, well over 600 deep. We're into the 800s and 900s. I think we've got one that's about 700 that we just couldn't dig any more even with my auger. It just took too long, so we just said that's hard enough. But yeah, guys, when you're doing it, as you're getting your jobs done, if you're the owner of the house, you get a chance to watch what the boys are doing. Always good. After all, this is the footings. This is where all the work's done. This is where the important stuff's done. Everything from here up is cosmetic. It's the footings. The footings are in the ground and they're meant to hold the house up. Now, for footing, if your stump is only 200 to 400 deep in the ground, it's not going to hold much, because by the time you get 3 to 4 metres out of the ground, even my 5-year-old can grab the top of that stump and pull it out of the ground, because it'll just push over. It's leverage. So then you put 40 tonne of house on top of it, yeah, leverage, she'll push it over. You know, you have to brace the hell out of it. But once they're nice and deep, then you have some bracing value. Like, there's no way you can grab this stump. Once we got that stump there, 700 mil in the concrete, in a hole 900 deep in this shale, you know, you try and push on it, you get a bobcat to push it, and all you'll do is bend the stump. You definitely will not move that concrete in that hole, and you will not move the stump in that hole. You know, it's just impossible. So for bracing value, you can't get better. Get the things down in the ground. And if it's in mud, go deeper. You know, and then people, you know, you get some of these guys that are out stumping. I know, I've heard them. I've been around a while. Oh, no, you don't need to go that deep. They're like hell. You want to get down there. If it's your house and you're watching it happen, you want to make sure that they get down. Give you some lateral support. You know, we're in Queensland here, Brisbane. For those that aren't Brisbaneites, as I've said on some of the other videos, we've had summer storms come through. I don't know what it's like in some of the other countries, but here in Brisbane, I can show you, we've got one building right now. We had one on Friday, and hard to see from here. It looks south. You can see the clouds up there. So we've got rain coming. I looked at the satellite picture. There's quite a bit of rain coming with the heat we've got. Like, we're only in just September, or October rather. We're in October, which is the first of our summer months, and we're up nearly 30 degrees Celsius. The humidity's up around 90%, and yeah, that storm is building. She's coming in. Now, a standard summer storm in Brisbane, as I've said before, A normal standard summer storm, when they roll in, they're rolling in at approximately 140 to 160 k's an hour. Which for Brisbane isn't much. It's just a standard storm. Knocks a couple of trees over, a couple of power lines, takes a couple of pieces of iron off a roof maybe. But that's a standard summer storm. That's what the wind rating on our building code is all about, to handle the summer storm and to handle winds up to 160 k's an hour. That's why all our bolts here are 12 mil or bigger. Coaches, bolts, whatever, securing the house down is all 12 mil bolts or bigger. Not allowed to go any smaller in Brisbane. And as you go further north, it gets even bigger because they have cyclones up there. We very rarely have cyclones. But the summer storms, they come from the west, southwest area, and they whip through Brisbane. Some take a day for a mild storm, but the summer storms with the heat, they build out at Toowoomba, Ipswich to the Toowoomba area, out in Brisbane Valley, and then tear into Brisbane at 140 to 160 k's an hour, and if you get a real bad one, even a bit faster. And yeah, they do make a bit of a mess when they get bigger. Some of them have a couple of little tornadoes come through. Every now and then we get one or two little tornadoes sweep through some of the areas where the storms like to hit hardest. And yeah, that's just the way it is with the summer storms. But being that we do get summer storms, wouldn't you think it'd be nice to have the posts in the holes, you know, nice and deep, even in rock. Like this house has got a timber floor at about 900 off the ground, and yeah, water's going to be able to go underneath it, which is great. But you know, with all that house up there, 2 stories, wind at 160 k's an hour, she's going to want to push this house, as it does with any house. So, you know, there's quite a bit of wall up there to push. So I don't know what you guys are like, but I think it needs something in the ground to hold it. You know, I've born in Brisbane, I've lived in Brisbane most of my life. I have travelled around a bit in a few other towns and cities. But yeah, I've been working here in Brisbane in the building industry for over 25 years now. I'm 51 in 2 months. And yeah, I've seen some of the storms. I was here for the 74 flood on the Gold Coast. It was. I know what the winds and the rain and that can do to a place. I watched that. And one of the things that are very important is your footings. It's probably the most important part of the whole house. You can't see it because it's in the ground, but if the footing isn't good, it doesn't matter what you stick on top of it. Okay, it's all got to be rubbish. Good footings, everything good from there on. Now I do pride myself on making sure the footings are as good as I can make them. Within the building code, we're not doing excessive, although some of the other stumpers around town probably think I'm excessive, but I'm not. If you look at the building code, I'm actually doing it just to building code. I'm not doing any more than that. It's just that most of those guys are doing it under building code. And of course they get an engineer in that's a bit lenient. And yeah, no, they get away with it. I know engineers that would pass this job. And I've seen them, I've had them come out. I don't use them because I don't like them, they're too lenient. I get engineers that know what they're doing. And I've seen them pass a job only, you know, in this rock 400 mil deep and say that's enough. This thing's 4 metres off the ground. 400 mil deep, like I said, I get my 10-year-old on top of that stump and push it over. It's just not deep enough. I'll just pull it straight out of the hole. You know, then you have to brace it. Put bracing all over it to try and stop it from moving. So there's no lateral support or any support trying to hold it in the ground. So guys, as you're doing it, do check, make sure that you are getting the job you're paying for. Alright, of course if you're only paying half price, then you deserve to get what you got. But you pay good money, make sure you get it. Alright, enjoy yourselves. We'll catch up with you again soon. Posts go in tomorrow, so tomorrow you'll start seeing the posts go in, and we start pouring those, and we'll show you some more tomorrow. Okay, signing off. See you later. Bye.